going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
Good morning and good Monday to you all. Welcome to this Good Morning Tottenham Away video. Guys, I hope you all had an awesome weekend. As per usual, reading what the latest is and on the Tottenham front and just the transfer window in general. You know, the usual, it's always been spoken about. Harry Kane is wanted by half of Europe. Who knows? Maybe he'll end up in Saudi Arabia if he gets offered 100 million a week or something like that. Ain't it crazy, guys? Ain't it crazy? Ruben Neves, a guy that's in his prime, I'd like to say. Certainly not, 25. I don't even know. What is it? Mid-20s, even if that. And he's heading to Saudi Arabia, and so many players. Kante has ended up there, and it feels like the Chinese Super League all over again, where like all these players are just getting, get offered a whole load of money, like incredible wages, and they're all heading to Saudi Arabia. Honestly, I don't know where this game is going with the money and all of that. I really don't. Sometimes I do think to myself, what is going on? But you have one life, you make choices, and you do what you feel is best for yourself. So if Neves feels that that's what I understand players are towards the end of their career, but Neves is, a player that I personally rated and I've wanted for many years. I've spoken about him, coming to Spurs. But listen, Wolves got good money from him, good money for him. He's got a hell of a wage packet deal there, and it is what it is. So no, nothing's changed on our point of view. We still need a goalkeeper. We still need a defender. We still need the attacking mid. Nothing has changed on David Raya's point of view. Personal terms, according to what's been reported, guys. I have to always caveat it. What's been reported, that is personal terms have been agreed between club and player. It's just finding an agreement in the fee for him between Brentford and Spurs. But I always worry when it's at this point of the negotiations where I just feel like somebody else can just step in, pay the money and take the player off you. Nothing has changed regarding James Maddison interest. The interest is still there. The only deal that we've been favoured above all else is the fact that the agency that got Postecoglou to Spurs is the same one that represents Maddison, and that's the reason why we are linked with them. But that's where the link is between Spurs manager and player. It just remains to be seen as if that deal gets over the line. Again, we know the player wants out of Leicester. We know that it's just the question of just finding an agreement, pay the money and get the player. And again, my sole worry is that somebody like Man United, perhaps are interested in him, can come in and swoop him away. Or Newcastle rather. Newcastle are after him as well. So and they've got Champions League football to offer, something that we don't. So it's always a concern, guys, when this is happening. But then again, the other side of me thinks that we're probably letting this month pass by, so Levy doesn't have to put them on the books, new players on the books in June and pay them for June, when he can just do that in July, put them in the books in July, so he can start paying them from then. That wouldn't surprise me either if that were the case. Moving on. There's no latest on defenders coming in. The usual names are still of interest. Now we're looking at, allegedly, Bremer from Juve hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but Juve also have a necessity to sell with their issues that they're having at the moment, and obviously not landing Champions League football. So with their issues, they're looking perhaps to move Bremer on. So yeah, in regards to incoming guys, there's no update. But I did want to speak to you lot about the Kulusevski deal. Now, whilst I understand that Kulusevski is not, I mean, this is something that I've heard as well quite a few times. You know, Kulusevski is not a new signing. He's a player that we had, well, no, he was a player that we had on loan for 2 years with option to buy at the end of it, and we would have to fork out the money to get him on a permanent deal. So whilst I understand the fact that he was already at the lane for the, and has been at the lane for the last couple of seasons, he could have gone back. If we didn't agree a fee, he would have gone back to Juve. We forked out the money. We got him on a 5-year deal, and he is officially a Tottenham player as of the moment we signed him, which is recent. So he's not, I understand what you guys are saying and what some of the comments were saying, that he's not like, you know, he's new as he's never been there before, and he's like, you know, we purchased him and we got him at the club brand new, but he's still as of now is only as an official Spurs player. So listen, of course, I'm not trying to knock the fact that we absolutely need more players. I've always said we need 3-4 quality signings of the Benton Kulusevski. You guys heard me say this many times. We need it of that mode, and hopefully we can get them in as soon as. But I don't feel like we're going to have any announcement made until July, where I feel that's from that month onwards is when we're gonna start, you know, paying their wages from. So it's gonna, like, what, we're the 19th now. This time last year we had already made our first moves. We started really early on. I feel now that moving 20 days in, 20 days in, I don't think there's going to be anything happening until late June, early July. Let me know your thoughts. It's a bit of a pain in the backside, if I'm really honest with you, because I want those players in now, so we can really in our heads start really looking into and start looking forward to next season, which only starts, you know, middle of July. That's when pre-season, our tour starts in middle of July, but our pre-season will start earlier than that. So the boys will get together before then to get their pre-season going before they start playing their matches in Australia in the middle of July. So I really like, it's just, I'm impatient at best of times, even more so when the days are trickling over in June and we still haven't made, other than Kulusevski, we've not formalised any new signings. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment and subscribe right here. And as always, forever always, it's come on you Spurs.